Wow. Thank you, and thank you, Chris Sidora. I'm honored to receive this award. This time last year, I was dropped off on an Air Force cargo plane in the middle of the West Antarctic ice sheet. We set up our tent on the ice for 7 weeks in sub-zero temperatures to test out a new radar system on the ice. Everyone I knew tried to talk me out of it, but I was not afraid because I knew I had the skills to survive. 6 summers at the Manus Education Center will make you that way. Going on long backpacking trips, navigating the woods during the night hike, hanging bear bags high up in the trees, even though all you want to do is lay down after a long trek, made me into the person I am today, fearless. Back in 2007, during the first summer I went with Chris Sidora, I was afraid to speak, afraid to take the lead, and afraid to leave the familiarity of the city. I grew up in the Queensbridge housing projects in Long Island City, where my only exposure to nature was a park on Vernon Boulevard bordering the East River. I went there with my grandmother whenever she needed to reach her goal of reaching 2,000 steps a day. I attended the Young Women's Leadership School of Astoria, and one day in 6th grade, I was given a permission slip to attend a 3-day field trip at Manus. I was so excited to finally leave New York City. On the drive up to the Berkshires, I stared out the window the entire time, watching the landscape change and grow greener. During just those 3 days at Manus, I was exposed to hands-on science lessons, team-building activities, and the opportunity to explore what felt like a never-ending park. I went back every summer for 6 years because I wanted to keep exploring. I became fascinated by the landscape around me, the view from 3,500 feet high on Mount Greylock, and the cool shiny specks on each rock. I attended Smith College and decided to study geology because I wanted to understand why the surface of the earth, the mountains I had hiked, and the rivers I had canoed evolved the way they did. At Smith, I was an active member of the Science Center Committee on Diversity, a committee that works to increase diversity and retention in the sciences. We found that the key to success is to provide access, exposure, and a sense of belonging to students. This is what Chris Sidora did for me. It put me on a bus with other kids from my area and took me to the Berkshires, where I was taught by passionate educators who supported and challenged me to obtain the confidence I never knew I had, whether it be in decision-making or defending my science ideas. I went to college knowing that I belonged in my major, despite being one of 3 Black students. This has all been quite an adventure for me, going from a shy girl from the projects of Queens to doing research in Iceland, Antarctica, and even New Zealand, places that I would have never seemed that I thought I would go to when I was younger. Thank you, Chris Sidora, for encouraging me to look around and ask questions. I'm currently working as an AmeriCorps environmental educator at Chris Sidora and hope to inspire the next generation of scientists and let them know that they too can be fearless, bold, and achieve the unimaginable. Thank you.